Confessions of a Living Dead Man. Part 4. Haunted by Wakefulness. There's a cruel irony in being afraid to fall asleep while also hating to be awake. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, paralyzed, knowing the ground below is sharp and unforgiving, but behind you is nothing but fire. Sleep used to be an escape, a place where I could forget, even if only for a few hours. But now it's just another battleground. The bad dreams come often. I can't even call them nightmares, not in the traditional sense. There are no monsters, no chasing shadows, no screams. It's worse than that. They're too real. Snapshots of my failures, memories I thought I'd buried, twisted reminders of the person I once was and the one I've become. I see the faces of people I've disappointed, hear the words I should have said, feel the weight of choices I didn't make. When I wake up, the echoes of those dreams cling to me like cobwebs, impossible to shake off. So I stay awake, sometimes for days. The hours blur together, my body growing heavier and heavier as exhaustion sets in. But the alternative, closing my eyes, opening the door to that torment, is worse. The longer I stay awake, the less human I feel. My thoughts become sluggish, my limbs uncooperative, my head buzzing with static. I once read about people who hallucinate after prolonged sleeplessness. I wonder if that would be a blessing or just another layer of torment. Being awake isn't much better, though. It's just a different kind of misery. When I'm awake, I have to feel. And feeling hurts. There's no escape from it. No dreamless void, no blackout to shield me from the dull ache in my chest, the gnawing void in my stomach. Being awake means confronting the emptiness head-on, staring into it until it swallows me whole. I try to distract myself. The TV is usually on, not because I care about what's playing, but because the noise helps drown out the silence. I scroll through my phone, aimlessly, letting the endless cascade of images and words wash over me. Sometimes I'll start a movie and turn it off halfway through because I can't muster the energy to care about the ending. It all feels pointless. Everything feels pointless. The worst is the middle of the night, when the world goes quiet, and I'm left alone with my thoughts. It's as if the darkness amplifies them, stripping away any semblance of control I might have had. They come rushing in. Every regret, every mistake, every wound I thought had healed but hadn't. I can't outrun them. All I can do is sit there, paralyzed, as they circle like vultures. And yet, I still find ways to avoid sleep. I've taken up pacing in the early hours, wearing a path into the carpet, as if movement alone can keep the darkness at bay. Sometimes I'll sit by the window, staring out into the empty streets, watching the occasional car pass by and wondering where they're going at that hour. I'll tell myself I'll sleep when the sun comes up, but by then it feels pointless. The light doesn't bring comfort anymore. It only reminds me that I've made it through another night of hollow existence, and the day ahead offers nothing but more of the same. People tell you sleep is essential, that it heals, restores, rejuvenates, but they don't understand what it's like to be haunted by your own mind, to know that even in unconsciousness, there's no reprieve. Sometimes I wonder if this is my punishment, an endless cycle of fear and numbness, with no escape in sight. I'm tired, bone deep, soul-crushingly tired. But sleep terrifies me. And so I drift through these days and nights, caught in the liminal space between exhaustion and despair. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. The body has its limits after all, but until I break, I'll keep pacing, keep staring at screens, keep avoiding the inevitable. Because as much as I hate being awake, I hate the dreams more. And that's all I have left. The choice between two unbearable states. For now, I'll stay awake. For now, I'll endure. It's the only thing I know how to do.